Hey everyone, it's Ryan and Stacy from TheNextRidge, and today we're at Sugar Knob Cabin. So the Sugar Knob Cabin was built in 1920 to be used primarily by the Forest Service for fire watch and to watch for timber poachers. They stopped using it for these purposes around 1940 when the PATC took over and then used it as a cabin rental ever since. The cabin is approximately 10 by 10 footprint. It's very small, sleeps 4, and it's probably one of the smallest, if not the smallest cabin that the PATC maintains.
This cabin is located near Woodstock, Virginia. It's in a wilderness area called the Great North Mountain. It's just a few miles hike away from Big Schloss, and actually Little Schloss as well. This cabin requires a 3+ mile hike in, and it's a pretty steep hike, and it's very, very secluded back here. It's just very remote, and there's absolutely no cell service, and through the winter you can expect pretty bad weather because you're up on top of a ridge and you're pretty exposed up here. So the PATC definitely suggests that this cabin isn't for first-time cabin goers or for inexperienced outdoors people. It's
worth noting that the cabin is made primarily of stone, so all the walls are stone. The only thing made out of wood is, a portion of the roof. So it does take a long time to heat, but once you do heat the interior of the cabin, it does maintain that heat pretty well.
It does sleep 4 people, so it has sort of Murphy bed style bunks that fold down from the wall on either side. In the corner you have a small wood stove. The wood stove is really small, but we have found that it's very effective and it's easy to keep a fire going in it. The cabin has all the saws and axes and things that you need to collect firewood, and it also has a few tools like brooms and things to sort of keep things cleaned up. There's also a cabinet that is full of books that you might want to read while you're there, a cabin log book for you to write a little something about your stay. There's also a bunch of silverware and cookware and things like that, plates and bowls and things so that you can cook while you're here. This cabin also does have a privy. It's pretty far away actually compared to the other cabins. Usually the privies are within sight, so this one's a little bit farther away, but it's still nice to have.
There's not many frills to this cabin, and like we said, it's not for novice hikers because it's so remote.
It's very, very quiet. We haven't seen anyone on this entire trip. Especially in the winter, you can tell that you're up on a mountain ridge and you can look around and see the other mountain ridges, so you definitely feel very secluded way out in a remote area. It's really nice for that. I recently discovered there's another interesting story about this cabin. In the late 1950s, a scout leader and 3 Boy Scouts came up to this cabin and a blizzard blew in that they weren't anticipating. They ended up separating at some point. All 3 of the boys made it out, but the scout leader had hypothermia and so became confused, walked off the trail, and actually ended up dying up on this mountain. So that's just a cautionary tale, I guess, for anyone who's coming up in this area, that the weather can change very quickly.
It's a very interesting yet tragic tale. If you'd like to read more about that, we will leave a link either in this video or in the description so that we can go read some more about it. We hope that you enjoyed getting to see Sugar Knob Cabin. If you'd like to see more, please let us know where you'd like us to go next, or maybe what you would like to see in our next videos. If you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like. I hope to see you soon.